Found my birthday cake. Oh my god. I don't know if I can get it, but like this fog is practically 50% to 70% no visibility over here up on the very top of this mountain. So I am headed to work and I got some good news. So we've been dealing with all the stress of work and stuff. It's really amped up for some reason in the past 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on with the management, but the general manager that they brought in December, one, he messed up our labor and stuff. For January, we did not get our incentive of a bonus, much less an extra day off, like we had been getting when it was just me and the other manager in charge. We were running the place perfectly fine by ourselves, and we were pretty upset over that we had to work a 6th extra day instead of having that incentive of a day off, because he messed up our numbers. And February, I don't think we got the numbers again because this guy can't seem to do a damn truck order for the life of him, so he's messing up our inventory, he's messing up our truck orders. We're constantly running out of stuff. We have a surplus of things we don't need. Like, it's really bad. Like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. But on top of it, he's throwing absolute fits over the most trivial, tiniest little things, and now he's bothering me on my days off. Like, I can't have a day off without getting yelled at over something stupid. Yesterday, I got a text in the middle of the day at like 3 o'clock arguing over chicken salad. Like, okay, so if you're actually involved in the prep list process, then at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., you're walking around the building and checking everything and making sure we're stocked up and, you know, getting the prep list organized like I do every morning. And I don't always write it down. Some people need to write it down, but I don't. And you know what you've got and what you don't got. So at 3 o'clock, you shouldn't be all of a sudden noticing something about chicken salad or anything about the prep and then messaging the manager off duty and complaining about it when there's absolutely nothing wrong with it to begin with. I'm getting tired of being falsely accused of things. This is multiple things I'm being falsely accused of, and it's really it's gotten to the point where I dread pulling up to the building. I dread dealing with being face to face with him when he walks in for his shifts. I dread when my phone goes off and his name pops up or his number pops up, and you know, like it's that's not healthy. That's a sign that you're dealing with a very toxic person, and they clearly are not getting it. We ran that place perfectly fine without him since fucking July. We don't need him, and he's just causing chaos. So we've had enough. The whole building has had enough. Unfortunately, we did lose a cook this past week. He passed away. His name was Bully, and he was the sweetest, big 400-something pound man you could ever meet. And he had children, and I'm not sure what's going to go on with all of that, and his house that he owned and everything. He really struggled to take care of them. He was the primary parent. He had custody and stuff, so it's going to be up in the air right now with them. But the funeral actually is on Friday. Today is Wednesday. I am not going to it, even though I have known him for 9 months, and he was kind of like a confidant for me. I would go to him with issues. He would come to me with issues. We would give each other advice or support during our shifts. You know, he was the comedian, and you know, he made everybody happy, and you know, he was a great guy. And he'll be missed, but I feel like I would be imposing, and I need to focus on keeping the business running, and that's my priority. And I don't want to impose on his family and friends' time with only having known him less than a year. So, you know, that's that. I've only ever been to like 3 funerals. Yeah, 3 funerals and 1 celebration of life. So, I don't want to make it 4 right now. Unfortunately, yesterday, my high school friend, Rebecca, we called her BB, she passed away in the middle of the night at like 3 a.m. She also was a big girl, but she was very, very sweet, and she supported me through my dad's sickness and passing. And I love her for it. I've known her for 25 years now, so I'd say that's a pretty good friendship. Even if we didn't talk regularly, that's just kind of how all my friendships are. We don't really talk regularly. We'll disappear for a while and reappear, but you know, we're still friends. And she would confide in me her struggles and stuff with socializing and her parents passing, and so I think she's just in a better place right now. So I'm going through it with the stress of work and 2 people passing on me, and you know, that's life. So dealing with that, and the anxiety level that I have been dealing with has been through the roof. I have been waking up crying. I've not been sleeping well for the past week. It's just, I'm all over the place. I am so scatterbrained. I can't think straight. I can't function. When I'm at work, my brain is not at work. I am wandering around trying to fill a void, basically, of time. And I can't function. When I'm at home, I am bed rotting, is what it's called. I am literally laying in bed and scrolling my phone endlessly, or watching TV on my phone, because I don't like watching it on the regular TV. I don't. But I don't know what to do about that. So yesterday I did get some good news. Some things have changed around since yesterday, aside from BB leaving us. I got a phone call not shortly after dealing with the chicken salad gate. We're gonna call it. And I got a job offer. Now, I knew this job offer was in the works for the past 3-4 days. I had a second interview with them, and the lady absolutely loved me. The recruiter absolutely loved me. And we shook hands, and she said she would let me know when I could start and everything. So I knew this was in the works already. I just needed the information so that I could resign officially, because she did tell me to hold off, until I get more information to put in my resignation letter. I told her I would prefer 2 weeks, which is the recommended time, but I did not give it 2 weeks. I gave a 9-day, because she wants me to start at the beginning of a pay period, which is going to be on the 12th. So next Thursday, I will start my new job. I did, however, offer to work up until then and turn in my key on my last shift. But this Friday, with Bully's funeral. The VP and owner and stuff will be there at the building. So today I'm going to focus on some cleaning to make the place look somewhat respectable, because it's been a hot mess and I'm tired of cleaning up after everybody. I'm the only one I feel like is cleaning, and it's exhausting me, endlessly exhausting me. I have so many disgusting photos, it's not even funny, of what I walk into every morning, and I will send those all over when I leave so that they are well aware of what they need to work on. Because I feel that's my responsibility as a manager, is to let them know what they are slacking on. And targeting me over all of it constantly and blaming me is not going to fly. Because clearly I'm the only one walking into it and seeing the disaster. School bus. Aside from all that, I am going up a pay grade by about, I think it's $6,000 a year. It's not drastic, but it will help. It's also going to be weekly pay instead of bi-weekly, which is definitely going to help, because my bills are all over the place and I can't budget for the life of me on a bi-weekly paycheck. Robert has one job in the works and is still putting in other applications. A friend of ours has a lawn care company and needs people by next month when they start up again. The thing is he kind of wants to do something between now and when they start hiring. Actually, it's March already, isn't it? No, they should be starting hiring now. He does have a few interviews. He has one today, and he's got 2 next week. I literally had like 8 of them last week, and I still have more emails coming in asking for interviews. I have to turn them down. And they're all for like general management, store manager positions. They're all a level higher than what I am right now. I am gung-ho on going up a step, and I feel pretty accomplished that despite this place not working out for me, I learned that it's not me, it's the crew, it's the employees, it's the location probably, it's the business probably. Maybe I'm not meant to manage a restaurant. But it's definitely some of the employees that they're just entitled, and they really don't belong there, and they're fighting tooth and nail to stay there and to stay in control of the place, and management is doing nothing but blaming lower management and putting a lot on our shoulders without actually helping fix the problem to begin with, or getting rid of people that need to be getting rid of, or hiring a professional cleaning company to come in and clean, which they desperately probably need to do right about now. So it's just a bunch of things compiled that it's drained the life out of me in less than 9 months. And I started this off pretty great, and about 4 or 5 months in, I started deteriorating in my positivity and in my management skills and everything, because I was just constantly beaten down, and I've had enough. But I realized that it's not me that's the problem, because I did great at the bowling alley as a supervisor, and I was supposed to be an operations manager, but I stepped down from that, so I could have moved up through there and clearly I was doing a great job. You know, I went there for New Year's Eve, and I hadn't worked there in a couple of months, and everybody was glad to see me, and it was, you know, familiar faces. Even the managers came up and were smiling and, you know, wanted to chat. And, you know, I like that feeling that I know for a fact that my management skills are not terrible, that my people skills are not terrible, that literally all of this stress is not me. I am doing my best. I'm good at what I do. I know what I'm doing. I'm just, the goalpost keeps getting moved further and further away. Unrealistic expectations, the harassment, the constant badgering over nothing, it's the bullying, it's the environment. And I'm glad to be getting rid of it in 9 days, sorry, 9 days, and starting my new position where I will be in charge of my scheduling and other people's scheduling. I will be in charge of the whole building, you know, right back where I feel like I need to be. And moving up, obviously. I went from supervisor to general manager in a matter of a year and a half, 2 years. I just had to job hop to do it, which I'm not ashamed of. Sometimes that's what you gotta do, especially in this day and age. It's 2026. There's no such thing as longevity. And moving up these days, it takes forever to move up if you're hiring within. I've noticed my brother worked at his place for 12 years before they offered him a management position, which he turned down because he didn't want to do the paperwork and all that extra stuff. He liked just being a cook. Look at the fog, man. You can't even see the road. You can't see outside the road. It's dense. But 12 years is a ridiculous wait time. And my GM that they moved over from another location, he had been with the company for 14 years. That's a ridiculous wait time. When I was hired on, I was told I was going to be the GM and they were going to train me for it. That was a broken promise. That was just to get me in the door, I think. And I feel used and lied to. And that's what my new manager also feels, because I explained the whole situation to her. I was like, I don't want to talk negatively about a company that I feel I'm really good at and that I've learned a lot with, and I get along great with the VP and the owner himself. It's just everybody else, and I feel like I've been let down and I'm the scapegoat and I've had enough and I just want to move on and move up. And she goes, I feel like they just wanted you in the door because of your skill set and they took advantage of you, and I'm not going to do that. Like, if you want to be in corporate, be in corporate. If you want to do this or this, go ahead and do this or this. You just let me know. And I was like, that I can appreciate. So my new manager is very straightforward with me, very honest, and I can respect her for it so far, and I'm going to hold her to it. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to say where I'm working, but it is going to be, it's kind of a convenience store / gas station. I don't know if my location will have a gas station, but some locations do. But it is mostly convenience store. So that's about as far as I'm going to explain. So I will have a smaller building, much smaller staff to deal with. Probably a bigger inventory though. But aside from that, I'm very excited to start this journey, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And maybe this is a step up to going into the corporate world. Maybe I can learn just enough to move up even more in another, I'd say 2 years. 2 years is a good goal, I think. once you hit store manager level, to try to learn as much as I can, and maybe I could be like an area director or a district or something. I don't know. It's kind of like a franchise too, so we'll see. So my boss has 11 stores under her, so I will be at one of those 11, but I know where I'm going on Thursday, next Thursday, and I'm very excited. So wish me luck, and I'm gonna finish driving through this fog and get to my last few shifts of this job. I'm gonna get through it, come out on the other end.